YouTube, it's your girl Mama V here, and welcome back to the Eating Baking Mukbang channel. So today I'm gonna just making a simple breakfast. It's actually been a while, and I know got a couple of things to explain to y'all because I announced it on my other channel, Vitality. So I'm gonna be making some regular eggs, some toast, with some fruit and orange juice for this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and kind of tell you guys why I have been a little bit MIA. Alright, so I have been a little MIA because I'm officially a homeowner. So I was super busy with buying the home, moving into a home, working from home, having the kids, and so it's been a crazy. I think the last time I uploaded was 3 weeks ago, so I really wanted to do this. We're finally a little bit settled in. I feel a little bit less stressed about the process, and so yeah, I'm gonna be doing 3 egg whites today and then 1 full egg as my scrambled eggs. I hope you guys are doing well. I know this is not like our traditional mukbang, but I feel like with quarantine, so I know mukbangs are like usually unhealthy, or commonly unhealthy, and I feel like with quarantine, I've been trying to focus a little bit more on my health. Like there's no excuses. I can work out more because I have no commute to and from work, so there's no reason to really be tired. You know, there's not really social life that I could be doing right now, and so it is now the time to focus on my health. And I started Insanity like a month or so ago, and no, 2 months ago actually, and it felt great. Like my body felt like less groggy during the day. I felt less moody, and so with that, I realized that I wasn't seeing the improvements that I wanted to see as fast, because obviously like I had moderated eating, but I wasn't really like real with myself of like the moderated eating. I didn't really have the control yet to not be so mindful about eating. So here we are today. Let me just wash my hands real quick from touching the eggs. So yes, like I was saying, I felt like I was a little ahead of myself. And y'all know, if y'all have done Insanity, it's like, 1 minute, I touched the trash, I gotta wash my hands. So as y'all can see, I'm low-key like a germaphobe a little bit. And so, yes, here we are. And so with that being said, I just wanted to feel a little bit better, especially if I'm working out so hard. Like I did Insanity, it's going on the 3rd month now, and I wasn't seeing the progress I think I should have seen or I wanted to see. So yes. So I'm gonna whip up these eggs. And actually, so this middle, the cool thing about this stove is, I'm gonna move the camera. So the cool thing about this stove is it has like a middle heater where you can do like bread, tortillas, and yeah, so I'm like, at first I was like, we don't have a toaster, and I was like, oh, we don't need a toaster. So it takes a while for it to heat up. So I'm gonna just do medium. And then one time I had sprayed I turned on the pan, and I think I was super tired this day, but I had turned on the pan and the fire was on, and then I sprayed like the olive oil, and then pew, I swear, I was like, my sister's like, what happened? I was like, I literally almost burned my eyebrows off, and there's some thick eyebrows to burn off. So yes. Oh, wrong. Still getting used to this stove. It's really strong. So yes, just gonna pour my eggs in there. And actually, one moment, I forgot, I'm gonna try to add some spinach. I'm back. So I'm gonna add some spinach. It's a good source of iron, calcium, whatever. Spinach is good for you. But I usually like adding it a little bit after the eggs cook because I don't like my spinach super soggy. I actually like it with a little bit of crunch still. And some good old whole grain bread. Actually, so I usually like getting my bread from Trader Joe's, and it's like this like flaxseed bread, and it's only like 50 calories per slice, and it's full of a bunch of fiber. But I didn't have time to go to Trader Joe's, but this is actually pretty good too. Yeah, so it's been quite a bit of hectic, just trying to get my other channel going and then getting this one, you know, consistent, and just being tired all the time. I feel like it's crazy because you're like, there's nothing to do, right? Like, because quarantine, well, we're not in shelter in place anymore, but like a lot of social scenes aren't open. I don't even feel comfortable going to a lot of social scenes or like public areas. But I was still really tired, and so I had to like motivate myself. And especially since I work from home, all you want to do is like wear like, you know, workout clothes or PJs and all that. So today I was like, we're gonna do it, we're gonna get dressed, and we're gonna feel normal today. Yes. Yeah, so I just love walking around and cleaning and like putting stuff away while I cook. So it might be kind of quite a bit of breaks in between this video. Again, nothing exciting, but I think this is a good time for folks to center themselves spiritually, emotionally, health-wise, trying to do that. So it's weird because like medium and light cooks really slow, but the minute I put a little bit past medium, it like cooks too fast. So yes, things are getting used to. I actually haven't officially baked in this house. Again, I've been like ugh about everything. So I haven't really been officially baking. So I have to clean the oven soon so I can get back to some baking. The girls have been asking to make cupcakes and cookies. And you know the crazy part about it is my kids ask to make cupcakes and cookies, but they actually don't like eating it. I think they just like making the process and mixing things, but they'll eat like 1 or 2 bites and then they'll be done. There'll be a whole batch of food around the house and they'll be like, no, it's okay, mommy. So yes, they're gonna be excited. Hopefully I can get ingredients this weekend to make that. And I like cooking it on low, so I like taking the eggs out a little bit before they're ready, especially if you plan to just keep it on the pan, because then they end up just cooking a little bit itself and you don't want to overcook it. Put this in the sink. What I'm going to do is, where's my sesame seeds? Some sesame seeds. I'm really into like all these flavors, so sesame seeds, and then they also have I'm gonna change your life in a minute. If you're into like a lot of Asian Japanese food, so they also, I love this, it's rice seasoning here, and I pour it on my rice, and then to give my eggs a little flavor, I pour it there too. It's like seaweed and stuff, so if you're not into that, then don't do it. Obviously, you're not gonna like it. But yes, eggs are done. And just flipping over this. Trying to be careful so I don't get burned. Even though I should probably use a spatula or tongs, but what? So yeah. Okay, just that one. So that is the meal for today. Some eggs. I'm gonna add some of that toast onto there. I'm getting a little bit impatient about this toast. See, that's what I'm It's like too hot. I think I have to like warm it up 15 minutes before, because this is a pretty thick like griddle, so I wonder if that's what's causing it to take a while to warm up. Same thing, the first time I used it actually was yesterday for my breakfast, and yeah, it took a little bit. Pause a little bit while we wait for this to cook. Y'all don't need to see the boring bread toast. All right, y'all, the bread is almost done. I'm starving. I had not a hectic morning, but a slow morning, which shouldn't have been. It should have been a little bit faster. And so, yeah, I'm starving. That's all I gotta say. I'm starving. Trying to find a plate. They're all in the dishwasher. No, that's hot. Alright, so y'all, I'm gonna finally eat, and I know you're not supposed to be eating standing up. I don't know if it's a Polynesian thing or whatever, but I was always told not to eat standing up. But your girl got things to do, and I want to speak to you guys a little bit about everything that's going on. And so that is breakfast. And actually, what I've been trying to do to eat a little bit more fruit, because I get lazy, but we have a ton of fruit. My mom sends bags of fruit with the girls every time they watch them once or twice a week. So what I started to do is I was pre-cutting them, and we have some nice pre-cut watermelons. Y'all, this was like a whole watermelon, and I cut it up to pieces yesterday, and I did a meal prep for me and my sister, so she came and picked up some watermelon, some food I cooked, and then the girls, they ate like literally like half of the watermelon. I was like, yo, I know it's healthy, I know it's good for you, but I'm gonna need y'all to stop eating all the watermelon, too much sugar. They need to eat real food. Y'all know, another thing I be forgetting I love, especially eggs. I'm not a super big fan of it. I find it a little bit bland, especially if you're trying to still keep it on the healthy side. And if you like spicy food, this is really good. For like a store-bought sauce, is really good. I like it more than, I think this is more flavor and a little bit of kick than with the like the hot red sauces. This is definitely flavor. So yes, y'all, not much it has been going on with me other than that. I hope y'all doing good, staying blessed. That sauce brought it up another level. Another thing is, I'm so used to putting like bread and peanut butter or jam on my bread. When I was younger, my parents growing up, and they still do this, they eat tea like drink tea after every meal. Especially after dinner, you have tea and like bread, and so, or crackers. Trying to relearn some other habits, y'all. Y'all, if y'all have any suggestions of healthy recipes, I try to keep my meals no more than maybe 500 to 600 calories per a meal, because then that means that if I go over that, I have to reduce my calories in the other meals. But if you have any suggestions on meals, drop it down in the comment below. Let me know. Because this is good, but after a while when you eat the same food, it gets like tiring. So like I have oatmeal with fruit, or like non-fat Greek yogurt with fruit, and trying to switch it up. But it's pretty good. It's so weird. I started off YouTube just wanting to do mukbangs and like bringing other people to the table and talking and all that. And then I started my other channel just for more lifestyle because I was like, I don't want to be just like stuck in this way of like just like the eating channel, right? And especially folks who only enjoy that can go to this channel, versus wants to know a little bit more of my life, they go to the other channel. But it's cool. I've like found some really cool other YouTube creators and like upcoming YouTubers, and so it's cool. And I think it's like interesting though, because like people be like, you can just do it for the money, right? But I think for me, as low-key like a workaholic and wanting things to be done this way, and I'm all about like, life is so short that you want to do as much as you can, right? And that also includes spending time with family and stuff, but majority of the time you're not hanging out with people 24/7, or you know, like the girls are sleeping and all that. So I was like, why not do something else with my time? YouTube gets you to like get to know the world and other people, and it just opens up your eyes a lot about it opens up your eyes about a lot of things. Again, some of it's negative, some of it's positive, but I'm like, now why not do something with my extra time, right? If I'm not sleeping, I gotta be doing something else. So yeah, it's been a real joy. I'm definitely being more consistent on this channel now that we're officially like settled in. There's little stuff to get here and there, but for the most part, like, right, it's functional. It's a functional home. And my birthday's coming up, so there'll be a lot of content to film. Obviously it's quarantine, so I think last or 2 years I had like a big surprise barbecue, but right, obviously with quarantine, trying to keep it low-key this year. And this year, like, I just want to keep it chill. Last year I picked charity to donate to, so if y'all want to hear about my long story about this dog, I'll let y'all know. But this dog had led me to the Oakland Animal Services, so it's owned by the city, ran by the city, not ran by the same folks who do SPCA. And so when I went to go look for this dog and get an update, make sure I find a good home and all that, I kept on going to the Oakland Animal Shelter like every week for like 2 months. And so I was like, wow, like I really want a pet. I have Callie, but I wish I could adopt more dogs, especially in need. I'm for like those dogs who like are like senior dogs, or maybe like a one-eyed dog, a one-leg dog, you know, like the less adoptable. I don't know. My sister was always like, you can come back with a 3-legged dog. That wouldn't be too bad. They do get arthritis a little bit quicker, so you have to be more mindful of them, especially if they're the heavier dogs. But that's beside the point. And then so I decided for my 26th birthday last year that I didn't want anything. I just wanted to, if you were going to give me a gift or money, just use that to help me donate. They have an Amazon list, and I'll probably drop it down in my links below, but they have an Amazon list of things that they need, and you can get it shipped directly to them, which is great. So basically I was able to gather between my money and some other folks' money like $400 worth of stuff. And on the day of my birthday, we went to go drop it off at the animal shelter. We took the girls there, and they got to see the dogs and the animals, and just like showing them that you could do so much more, right? It's not always about like me and my capitalistic wants or like material wants and all that. And so it was pretty cool. And it was, my daughter had gotten attached to this one dog. It was a German Shepherd, and he kept on throwing the Kong. It's that red cylinder that you put like peanut butter and stuff in. So he kept on throwing it, and he was like whining. He or she was whining, and like I was telling my daughter it's time to go, and she's like, no, I want to take the dog. And I was like, no, we can't take a 60-pound dog to a small apartment. And so anyways, that was really cool. And it was funny because it was really busy that time we went. I think it was like a Friday. It was busy afternoon, and there was a little bit of this lady, I guess she keeps on getting her dog taken away, so the police were there, and they're a little tense, right? It was a little tense. So my partner had asked, hey, where can we drop off of donations? And they said, oh, right, you can just drop it off in this little corner in the waiting room, right? They kind of like shrugged him away, but I get it. They were busy. All of their, other than the vets and stuff, the staff there are volunteers, so they don't get paid for this. And, you know, they're like, I got time for this. And so we asked them, oh, well, it's a lot of stuff. Can you guys have like a dolly? So they gave us like this little cart or whatever, right? And so we packed it up and we're like dragging it in, and then we put it where they told us, right? But it's not guarded or anything, right? And it's a good item. So they were like, oh, that's your donation? We're like, yeah. They're like, oh, bring it here. And it's just so cool to see people like are happy that other people are giving to these animals, and they have like sipping dog, sipping pet. So they'll bring their pets to like local breweries where, you know, basically hoping that they can get adopted out. So yeah, I'm just looking to do something similar like that this year. This week I can finally focus on other things than housing and balancing work and the kids. So yeah, stay tuned for what's gonna happen this year. My biggest thing is like, I feel like when you give blessings and you don't expect it back, you get blessings in other ways. And so like, I just thought about it, like, dang, that's crazy. A year ago, like, my heart was just like, I want to do something different for my birthday. And so when we did that a year ago, taking that picture, and I'll put up the picture of that we took in front of the animal shelter with the girls, taking that picture a year ago, I never would thought that like a year later here I would be standing in my home, you know. And so it's crazy. It's crazy. It's a blessing. You know, sometimes you give and you don't get anything back, and that's fine because you give from your heart. And then sometimes you give and the world works in mysterious ways and you get those blessings back. So yeah, and I think it's just important showing the girls they do come from, I came from a low income background, you know, and a low income community, and I had to work really hard for what I have, right? Like, I was telling them, I was like, you know, back in the day, I was telling the girls, back in the day, Grandma didn't buy me all these toys. Grandma bought me books. It was either, and then we got books from the library. That's what we got. We didn't have all this extra money for toys, right? And my daughter was like, what? And I was like, yep, girl, you live in a privileged life. Let me check you real quick. And then it was funny because I was telling my cousin, how they're like, oh, how do the girls like the house? And she was asking, how do the girls like the house? And I was like, oh, they love the house. And I was telling her, I was like, yeah, like, when we were moving in, I would bring them and we would unpack some stuff, but we go sleep at the old apartment until we were officially ready to move in. And every time the girls were like, I want to go new house. I want to go new house. And I was like, no, we have to go sleep at the old house. We're not ready yet. And then the baby would be like, I don't like old house. And I was like, girl, you better I was like, that house kept us sheltered and safe and warm, and, you know, count your blessings, and it wasn't overpriced. We had a great landlord. And so yeah, it's just interesting what happens after being first gen American, and how you raise your kids differently. They might not have to go through as much struggle as at least financially as I did. And so yeah, life is a blessing, y'all. I know it's hard to see in quarantine, but life is a blessing. Should have put this in a bowl. Alright, y'all, that's Mama V here. I'm gonna finish up my breakfast. I'm gonna see y'all in a little bit. Make sure to check out the other channel. Make sure to live life to the fullest. Peace and love, y'all.